I'm Myrna Newman. I'm the Executive Director of Allegheny CleanWays. Allegheny CleanWays was founded in 2000 with a mission to engage and empower people to clean up litter and illegal dumping in Allegheny County. For the past 20 years, we've cleaned up 5.4 million pounds of trash, including 36,000 tires. Our three main programs are land-based cleanups, water-based cleanups, and education.
Hi, it's Dumpbuster Danny. I'm the Land-Based Program Coordinator at Allegheny CleanWays. We're working in Lincoln Leamington, and a neighbor near the dump site came out and gave all of us, the crew and a volunteer, sweatsuits. Wearing it right now. That's neighborly love, and that's why we do this work.
The 14 years I've been doing cleanups around here, we've cleaned up 600,000 pounds of trash, close to 6,000 tires, and I feel like I haven't really scratched the surface.
Our education focuses mostly on engaging students in service learning and in watershed education. So I'm going to turn it over now to Hannah Homan, who's going to teach you a little bit about watersheds.
Hi everyone, my name's Hannah Homan. I am the Water-Based Education Coordinator at Allegheny CleanWays. Today we're going to be using our EnviroScape to learn what a watershed is. We all live in a watershed. Everything we do on land eventually ends up affecting our rivers and streams in Allegheny County. One of the first things that we have on our watershed model is a farm. So if you live on or near a farm, there are many ways that you can impact a watershed. One way is with loose soil. Today we're using cocoa powder to represent that. So I'm going to sprinkle some cocoa powder onto our board. Another way that farms impact our watershed is actually with cow poop and different poop. And so while I don't actually have cow poop with me, I have some chocolate sprinkles to represent it. And if you look closely, you'll see that our cows are pretty free roaming. So they're pooping everywhere. There's poop in the stream, there's poop on top of the barn, there's poop on the road, there's poop everywhere. In our next example on the watershed model, we're going to review how our communities can impact our watersheds. In this community in particular, a lot of people use fertilizer to make their lawns grow. So I have some coffee grounds I'm going to put on here. We're just going to put fertilizer everywhere, lots of fertilizer. And then in this example, this guy right here is washing his car and changing his oil, and he's letting it all run into their storm drain. So I'm going to use some dish soap to put onto the car that he's washing. And then we're going to use some soy sauce to represent the oil. This one's the stinky part. And there's oil everywhere, and it's all running down the street down to the storm drain. In our next example, we're going to learn about how litter impacts our watersheds. So we've all heard about the classic litter bug, the person who drives down the road, is eating their fast food, and then they're done with it, so they throw it out the window. So in this example, this person right here is throwing their trash out the window, and other people have followed suit. So there's litter all over our roadways from people disposing it as they drive. And then another thing that we don't talk about as much is unintentional littering, when people don't even mean to litter. So we'll go up to this community right here, and we'll say that today was trash day. So these people put out their trash cans, and then a raccoon got into their trash. And it tore the trash bag open, and there was some wind, so trash ended up blowing everywhere. Now it's on their streets, and no one even meant to do that. The raccoon didn't mean to do it either. And then another thing that also happens with industry is that sometimes dump trucks can be overloaded, and stuff flies out of them on the road. But then also, in this example, we'll have this tractor, they're picking up trash, and they're putting it into this dumpster, and it's falling everywhere, but they don't mean to do that. So there's a lot of ways that litter ends up in our waterways, and these are just a few examples of that. So now we're going to see how all of these different pollutants end up into our watershed. So as you can see, some of them have already ended up in here due to wind and other natural things, but the biggest factor is rain. So we have our squirt bottle here, and we're going to represent rain, and we're going to watch all of this stuff just start to flow into the streams that flow into our watershed. You can see how it's all going down. There we go. Here, that's a good shot. There's soil coming down. All of these pollutants have ended up in our river now. And a lot of us drink water from our rivers after it's been filtered, but would you want to drink this? One of the examples that we talked about today with our watershed model was litter. And at Allegheny CleanWays, that's what we do. We clean up litter and illegal dumping. So a few things that you can do to help mitigate this problem is talk about what you learned today from our watershed model. And then you can also organize a volunteer cleanup of litter on your street or in your community. And then you can also volunteer with organizations like us at Allegheny CleanWays and participate in a litter cleanup. Thanks again for tuning in with us and learning more about watersheds with Allegheny CleanWays. Don't forget, use less, reuse and recycle more, and always put your trash where it belongs. If you need more information about us, you can go to AlleghenyCleanWays.org.